I have quite the story. Prior to my 12th birthday, my gaming exposure was very limited. I hadn't really played much NCAA, Spyro, a couple 3D platformers, Tack and the Power of Juju, Jack and Daxter, etc. But most of all, I was limited because I was still a kid. My mom prevented me from playing rated T or M games, and at first, it really didn't have an effect. Multiplayer games really had no prominence on PlayStation 2. And this changed about 2005, 2006 when the Series, Xbox 360, and PS3 were released. The new consoles. And then Modern Warfare 2 came out in 2009. I still wasn't old enough to play. I missed all the lobbies. I missed all the anger. I missed all the rage. But I started to notice that all my friends at school were playing a game that I never had access to. And I had to wait until 2010 when I turned 12 in order to join whatever this hype was, which I didn't really understand at that point. YouTube was pretty fresh. There wasn't a lot of videos on the internet and things like that of just gameplay, people playing games together. I didn't know what was going on. And then on my 12th birthday, my mom took me to GameStop and I got my first ever rated T or M game. And that was Black Ops 1. On November 9th, 2010, Black Ops 1 came out. Developed by Treyarch, in my opinion, the best developer of Call of Duty to ever exist. They released a game that had things that I'd never seen before. But my problem was, I didn't care about TDM. I didn't care about domination. I cared about one game mode, Search and Destroy. It was the first time in my life that I could feel the real competitive aspect of me versus you. If I outgun you, you don't come back. There was no Fortnite respawns. There was no second chance. That was it. It just carried a weight for me that I've never really been able to leave. It started probably the most influential period of my life in gaming. The Search and Destroy grind, my love for the one and dones, and probably my favorite period of my life so far. So like I said, I fell in love with Call of Duty first. And this video is to talk about why I think finals almost brought me back to this period in my life. This is Palm Tree. Thank y'all for watching. Subscribe, like. About to get into some real deep stuff here. Little deep cut. And then in 2012, when I was 14 years old, Black Ops 2 came out. One of the best games ever made. When you could still play in public lobbies, people weren't sweating, people weren't using meta layouts, people still camped. But it was just a different vibe, a different feeling. You could go to YouTube, you could see your favorite YouTubers playing this. You could do glitches out of the map like I did in Black Ops 1. It was just a different feel, something that was better than Black Ops 1. I enjoyed the respawn game modes in this game a little bit more than Black Ops 1. I love the party games in Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2. They were wonderful. But the feeling of playing with your friends on Black Ops 2 is just undeniable. At 14, sitting on my Xbox 360 in the middle of my living room with the OG Microsoft headset with the one ear on it, it was just probably one of the greatest experiences of my life. Everybody at my school, we now came home, and instead of going and hooping and playing around the neighborhood, we grinded Black Ops 2. We'd stay awake to get the new DLCs, and we got to try all kinds of different stuff, all kinds of different guns, different layouts, different ways to play. It was wonderful. And this is when my real grind started. I wanted to be good. I got to see my friends that were really good, and I started, taking notes from them, looking on YouTube, what are the best guns. And still, Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 still had the progression method that actually made sense. You have to play 100 hours to get all the guns. Things were great. They really were. And so I'll give a big shout out to Black Ops 2. One of the greatest games of all time. Zombies, though, is where it was at. Zombies is what changed it for me. hopping into town with the boys, trying to get the highest rounds we can, you know, pack a punch in the ray gun, doing the whole 9 yards. Shit was lit. And not just because there's fire on the ground. I was kind of scared still of zombies when I was playing Black Ops 1, but this right here turned into a different animal. All the maps on Black Ops 2 for zombies were wonderful, and I played for hours on end, grinding with my friends. So shouts out to Black Ops 2 for having the best zombies. Wonderful experience. But what really changed my life was the next rendition of Black Ops. Black Ops 3. They added jetpacks? What do you mean they added jetpacks? The movement, the streaks, the characters, the lore, the competitive scene. All of it was gas. I got Master Prestige like 500. I played GBs with my friends. And once again, it all derived from that original Black Ops 1 search and destroy feeling. The one and done. If I outgun you, I'm the better player. The feeling that, you know, all these games nowadays really pull in. That's really what the Battle Royale aesthetic, the feeling is I win because I'm better. See you in the next lobby, my friend. And so I think Battle Royale spawned from this Call of Duty search and destroy feeling. The best game modes and the best games in the competitive scene were always the search and destroy matches. Hardpoint's cool. I'm glad Scump can hold the hardpoint, but the thought process, the intelligence it took to outsmart somebody, outmaneuver somebody, and then outgun them. Plus, you know, there's still meme stuff as well, but it was insane. Probably have more hours in this game than any other game in my whole life. And I met my friends, and I met people that'll be my friends for the rest of my life. I love this game. I love this game. Top to bottom, one of the greatest games ever created, and I will frame it and hang it up in my room one day. Shouts out to Treyarch for keeping the streak going. This was absolute gas. Absolute gas. But then, in 2017, the game changed. Player Unknown's Battlegrounds. This is where my YouTube videos and recording all really started. The thousands of hours I put in this game is just unbelievable. It came out on PC on March 23rd, 2017, and it dropped on Xbox in December 2017. The Xbox edition was riddled with bugs, couldn't load things in, a bunch of issues. But I started out on PC, and so when it did come out on Xbox, I had the advantage. I knew how to use the guns, I knew the map, I knew all the strats, and all we did was win. And that's that feeling that I got from Black Ops 1. The feeling of, you've got one life, I've got one life, get gunned, kid. You know, when people are posting on Snapchat victory royales from Fortnite, unbelievable. That feeling. It's insane. It's like real warfare, I guess. I guess that's really what it breaks down into, the internal feeling of, I beat you in war. I'm not comparing this to real life battle. It's a video game, but still, the hours upon hours I put into this, some of the greatest moments I feel like I've ever had in gaming, some of the greatest friendships I've ever had. This was it. And I loved it. Now I'm going to do a little sidebar, but hear me out. In July 21st, 2017, when I was 19, is when the Fortnite beta dropped. The OG Fortnite beta, pre-season 1, pre any skins, just bare bones Fortnite. And it called upon that same feeling I had in PUBG and Search and Destroy. Except it had a building aspect, which was cool. I liked the destructible environments. I liked that you can build stuff. And it was fine. I enjoyed it. I kind of, you know, we built forts before like there was a meta or it became the biggest game in the world. And I enjoyed it for a very short time. But right before season 1 started, in came the 1x1 tower builders, the sweaters, the ninja lovers, the fun killers. And when I started to realize I couldn't outgun someone, you know, take that claim of I'm the better player than you get wrecked, I didn't really fuck with it anymore. I don't want anything to do with a game where someone can just build a tower in front of me and protect themselves because they can't shoot a gun. I hated it. I really did. And so, my Fortnite experience was short-lived. Following the release of Season 1, I never played again. Still haven't played in the 5 years it's been, or whatever. 6, 7 years it's been. But that's alright. I don't think I feel like I missed out. What I still played, though, I still played Black Ops 4, which dropped on October 12th, 2018, when I was 20 years old and midway through college. It was the Treyarch vibe that I needed. The recall back to the Black Ops 1, 2, and 3 days, where I could gun people and they couldn't build walls, where I could talk shit in the lobbies like I used to, where I could hit a clip and all my friends would freak out. It was it. It was awesome. And I made YouTube videos on it as well. I was too busy in college to really like get into the YouTube stuff, but as you can see, I've got my YouTube right there in my emblem. But I loved it. I loved it. I'm telling you, I loved it. And then they did a little dabble in Blackout, and Blackout was awesome too. A battle royale, which is exactly like I said before, just like the Search and Destroy vibe. I loved it. I wish I could just go back and relive these Black Ops moments, because Call of Duty will never be the same. You don't feel things like this anymore. You don't enjoy. No one watches the esports version of it. It's just lost all of its swagger, all of its. I mean, it's just not it anymore. But I was grinding this in college, and I loved it. I really did. Shouts out to Blackout. It was a nice attempt at a battle royale. I know Warzone came out and everyone forgot about it, but I think Call of Duty had a pretty good intro to the battle royale scene with that. And then we got deep into the battle royales. On February 4th, 2019, when I was 20, Apex Legends dropped. People that worked with Titanfall, Respawn, I mean, they did their damn thing. This game was awesome when it came out. Still awesome to this day. It just, the metas changed. People got sweatier. People took the game too serious. I don't know. I feel like that early phase of video games is so short-lived nowadays. You can enjoy yourself for a couple weeks, maybe a month, and after that you feel like you've experienced everything the game has to give you. I obviously clipped a bunch of stuff. I played with my friends. I got the loot boxes. Like, I mean, I did the whole 9 yards, and it was awesome. But I mean, I surely only played it for 1, 2, 3 months, and then we just hopped off. Apex was just not it. Not the Call of Duty Search and Destroy feeling I was looking for. And in the midst of all that, just about a year later, Call of Duty's like, hey, you like Blackout? We're going to whip out Warzone. And in March 10th, 2020, when I was 21, Call of Duty dropped Warzone. This was Call of Duty's answer to the Fortnite lovers, you know? The gamers that really wanted a game. Because it's supposed to have, you know, infinite replayability. You respawn in. Well, you can call your homies back in, but you die, you come back in. It's supposed to be a new experience. Different enemies, different loot, different areas you can go to, different missions you can pick up. They thought they had it. And they did for a little bit. I mean, I probably got about 10, 15 Warzone dubs. Still saw my homies post another Warzone dub. You're watching all the pro athletes post another Warzone dub. It was fun. It really was. I played it for a bit, maybe 2, 3 months, but still, after being cooked on maybe like 2,000 hours of PUBG, I still felt like my Search and Destroy nostalgia was just overbearing. I don't want to play these games. It's not what it used to be. Now everybody thinks they're Ninja. Everyone thinks they're Dr. Disrespect. Everyone thinks that they're Tim the Tatman. Everybody wants to be Shroud. The games came from playing Black Ops 1, booting up, trolling, picking whatever class you want, people camping, just regular mediocre players, and now everybody thinks that they're that guy. And I think that just killed it for me. It really did. And so I took a strong break from both Call of Duty and Warzone. As a matter of fact, it was almost a 4-year break. And then on December 7th, 2023, I found the finals a different take on the Battle Royale formula, a new way to play, destructible environments, smaller teams, value of a life in the game again. You don't just respawn immediately. You gotta get your homies back up. You gotta calculate. You gotta do your damnedest to make it happen. And I thought I was back. I thought that feeling of, wanting to stay up all night and grind, the things I felt playing Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, the desire to game, I thought I'd found it. I thought I'd rejuvenated the youthful attitude I had where I'd stay up all night playing zombies with my friends. But I've learned over time that maybe that's just not how life is. Maybe nostalgia does pervert the past. But if I could just, for a little bit, bottle up those feelings those games used to give me and carry it with me, I, for some reason, feel like life would be better. As I continue on and, play the different games that come out, hang out with my friends, see what's new, what's hot, we'll see. Maybe games are no longer supposed to be fun like they used to. Everything's now a sweat fest. You can't pick up your controller and lean back in the living room with your one-ear headset on your 360 and just game. Now everything requires you to lean forward, have the best setup, have the meta setup, coordinate with your teammates, people getting mad, people getting angry. We've taken the competitive stance to its maximum end game. That's it. You either try your hardest or you're not going to have a good time. So, maybe one day I'll find the online competitive game that gave me that feeling that I used to have. But after playing finals, I kind of sat and recollected, maybe that period of my life is over. Maybe it's time to move on. Thank you for watching. Just a little thought piece of mine. Video games are cool. They'll continue to be cool. And maybe things change. But for now, I'll probably stick to some single player games. Y'all have a good one.